Hello and welcome back to a chapter a day. Well, I am just going to be reviewing the book of Leviticus today because we are finished reading. So, just to give you a quick review, that the book of Leviticus for the 27 chapters dealt mainly with instructions from God to Moses for the children of Israel regarding, let me see regarding things like offerings, types of offerings they were supposed to give. If it was sacrifices, animals were to be male, firstborn, without blemish. Certain parts of the animals were to be burnt on the altar for a sweet savor. Excuse me, and other parts were to be burned outside the camp. The priests and their families and also were supposed to eat of the offering that was burnt and had nothing left over. There were also instructions for if you sinned ignorantly without knowing, you were supposed to have allowances for the people who were unable to bring a large animal for sacrifice. Also, they were allowed to bring 2 small doves or pigeons without blemish. Aaron and his sons were consecrated also in the book of Leviticus as priests, and within the 7-day period that they were supposed to remain in the tabernacle, 2 of Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, for some reason I believe there may have been intoxication involved, offered strange fire, and they were smitten dead by God. And Aaron and his sons, his other 2 sons, were instructed not to show any kind of grieving or mourning for them. Instructions were also given for types of animals that were clean and unclean, all types of animals, including fish and birds. There was also instructions for people with leprosy, for confinement, men with running issues, women with menstrual cycles, the law of relationships, that no one was supposed to marry anyone closely related to them. Even the type of materials for clothing, God told them, don't mix cotton and linen. Linen should be the material sewn by itself. Also for resting the land, every 7th year the land should rest, and on every 50th year they were supposed to celebrate the Jubilee, where people who were enslaved were allowed to go free. And I believe that's it in a nutshell. I can say these are the things that were addressed in the book of Leviticus. A lot of instructions, a lot of laws, and a lot of guidelines for them to follow. So that's it. We are finished with the book of Leviticus. I am not quite sure how I will address the book of Numbers, but that will be our next book that we will be going into. So until then, I thank you all for viewing through all my readings and for making comments, and I thank you all for just taking the time to become part of this venture to bring God's word. And again, I want to say feel free to make any comments that you have, ask any questions. And until our next reading from Numbers rather, remember, faith comes by hearing God's word. Until then, take care. Bye.